want to get to our very special guests. Two gentlemen, one who needs an introduction and one who doesn't need that much of an introduction, especially on these broadcasts. We're going to talk to the sports information guys here at Teal. They're both new on the job. They've been here about a month, but I'll tell you, they're getting their feet wet. I know they'd be the first to admit it, but they're doing a heck of a job. William Becque is the man in charge, and his assistant is my former color man of years gone by here on these broadcasts. The first 2 years, as I recall, Ed, that I was doing cap football, you joined me doing expert analysis. But William Becque, let's go to you, and welcome to Teal. You come from one of our arch rivals, and you're going to hear all about that next week because you were employed at Waynesburg University, and the Yellow Jackets come to town now next week. Now, are you going to be sure to wear your blue and gold and show them who you represent now, William?
Absolutely. I was a grad assistant at Waynesburg. Got to represent the school that hired me full-time. But and the school I work for and bleed colors now.
Well, how do you like everything here at Teal, William Becque? It's, I'm sure it's been a challenge, and technologically, it's a piece of cake, isn't it?
It's been a learning experience, but I mean, it's been great at the same time. I'm really warming up to the people here and to the whole atmosphere. I love, game days, stadium's packed. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're finding it's a very, very good experience. But you've been learning an awful lot on the run, and you know what it's like, I guess, multitasking. And I understand, William, that you and Ed are going to have your hands full, putting it mildly, next week for homecoming. You're going to have, about 4 athletic events going on during the weekend. I know Top here has already warned me it's going to be hectic, and don't expect him to be at my beck and call the whole day.
Yeah, we have volleyball's at home at 12 and 4. They have a tri-match with Chatham and Westminster. So we have that going on, and we have soccer on Sunday. We have both men's and women's soccer home on Sunday, and we have the football game at 1:30.
Well, it's going to be a busy week, no doubt about that. Ed Topoleski, get that microphone up here a little bit. I know you know how to use that. How are you enjoying working with William Becque here in sports information? And, of course, we know that you've done a little bit of everything in public relations, not only announcing but also sports writing for the Record Argus and up in Titusville. Am my memory that good?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, very good.
Bill as well, and it's been great working with Bill so far. I've kind of found out that he and I kind of complement each other very well. He's a little bit more tech savvy than I am.
And
first mistake, I didn't put the mic on. Now, what were you going to say there?
I'll start over.
Okay.
I've kind of found out that William and I kind of complement each other pretty well. He's kind of the more tech savvy guy, and I'm a little bit more old school, kind of into the writing and the photographs and that kind of stuff. So it's been going pretty well. We're getting our feet wet. We have some big shoes to fill in for here.
Yes, and of course we're talking about Kevin Fenstermacher primarily, who left Teal to go and become the associate executive director behind Joe Anderko in the offices of the President's Athletic Conference. Now let me assume, Ed, that if you and William have a problem or a question, you can immediately call the office and Fenstermacher will help bail you out. Is that right?
Kevin has been getting at least 3 phone calls a day from me. I promised him no more than 3 per day. So, yeah, he's been great. He's really helped us out a lot. And I know he's obviously very busy with his new responsibilities that he has with the conference. But yeah, he's always willing to help out the old Teal guys.
Now, Ed, I was kidding William, of course, about his ties with Waynesburg. I'm not going to have to kid you because your ties have always been with Teal, and you let it be known to me that the first day we ever met that you're a Tomcat through and through because you put on this uni here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've always bled blue and gold. Yep, that hasn't changed throughout the years.
And I'll never forget when we had lunch. The first time we met, you were giving me a rundown of who I should expect would be donning the blue and gold for Teal. And the first guy you said is, Hugh, you're going to love this, big defensive end, George Kumji. Boy, did I love him.
Boy, I miss George. He was one of my favorite players to come through Teal. Yeah, he's one of the best. He was a really great guy, too.
Oh, he sure was. Well, we're certainly glad to have you. You know, when we met William Becque for the first time, I didn't know Ed Topoleski was going to be with them. And when Jack Liebheimer, the athletic director, said, "Oh, you're going to be pleased with who we hired as his assistant," and in walks Ed Topoleski, I thought, I'm home. I'm fine now. So it's great to have you with us.
Yeah, I'm really glad to be back. It's been great.
Now, you were a lineman in college.
Yes, I was.
D-line? O-line.
O-line.
O-line. Now, William Becque, you look at this guy, he's ripped. The first time I saw him, I thought, you're an SID. I've never met an SID built like that. William, were you a D-lineman?
No, I wasn't. I played O-line.
Oh, you're both O-linemen. Okay, well, they're always the most affable people I interview at Steeler camp, so I love O-linemen. Now, where'd you play, William?
I played at Knox College. It's in Galesburg, Illinois. It's a D3 school like Teal. Kind of our claim to fame was in my junior year, we were third in the nation in rushing.
Wow.
No, sixth. I'm sorry.
Sixth.
Yes, sixth.
And you had something to do with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have an identical twin brother, and so he was the right guard, I was the right tackle. So they ran right behind us.
Did the coaches know who to get on when you blew a block? Did they just say, "Hey, Beck, come on, can't you do better?"
I figured it was a 50-50 guess.
Now, how did you get from way out there to Western Pennsylvania, to Waynesburg?
I was always interested in going to grad school. My family is really... My father's a professor. My mom has her PhD, too. So
Where do they teach?
Southern Illinois University.
Okay, the Salukis?
Yeah.
I know all about them in basketball. Yeah.
Every so often they make a run, but... So they're really involved in academia, and it was always on us to get to grad school. And so, I had the sports information thing, and I found a grad assistantship at Waynesburg. And Bobby Fox down there, who was my mentor for the SID field, did a great job with me for the 2 years I was there. Really worked with me and taught me quite a bit about the field, the profession, how to act like a professional. I learned a lot from him. So, I'm thankful for that experience. And then, getting up here with Jack, he's been so influential in just the first month that I've been here. He's an amazing man, just the same.
Well, I'm sure you'll find he's a great guy to work with, not only as an athletic director, but from a football standpoint, because
he loves his football.
He loves his football. He knows his football, and he bleeds his football, and that's very important. Ed Topoleski, you were in the newspaper business until you took this gig. Tell us where you came from and so forth.
Yeah, I was in the newspaper business for several years, and then I went and got my master's degree at Slippery Rock University in sport management, and then after I was done with that, I got into media and public relations for a junior hockey team that plays in the North American Hockey League, and then when this job opened up, I jumped at the opportunity to come back to Teal.
Well, I can understand why you'd want to come back to your alma mater. Well, guys, you're doing an absolutely great job, and Don Aukenbaugh and I appreciate everything you do. I'm getting these game notes usually ahead of schedule, and I usually get an advance call from my buddy here to the left telling me they're coming and giving me a little bit of information that will help with the broadcast. You're a dynamic duo. There's no doubt about that, and we're glad to have you with us. Ed Topoleski and William Becque, the sports information directors, and I know your job is going to do nothing but get busier as we go along, but you guys will be up to the task, won't you, William?
Absolutely.
And if things don't work out beautifully in your department, you can always blame Ed here, right? He's your fall guy. That's right.
Broad shoulders.
Literally broad shoulders. Well, guys, thanks for stopping by. I know you have to get over to the controls of the computers here and keep this technology whirring and get the statistics to us, but we'll be talking to you throughout the year, and you do know one of the caveats that goes with this job is if we're on the road and we don't have anybody else to talk to and an SID guy is there, you're our guest. Just ask Fenstermacher, he can tell you.
That's no problem. You can go on any time. We got that handled.
That sounds great. William Becque, the sports information director, and the assistant SID, Ed Topoleski, joining us at halftime. Okay, guys, back to work.